Thank you and welcome back to the second segment of the show for today. We're talking to Mr. Ron Crowder, and he's given us some information in reference to the status of HIV and AIDS in Nashville. And Mr. Crowder, I would imagine when we talk about the status of HIV and AIDS in Nashville, we can generally say the same thing in reference to that if this is current in Nashville, that this is probably the same situation everywhere. That's why we wanted to approach it from that perspective.
Well, Nashville is a little unique in that, number one, we're in the South. Right now, it's approximately 21,000 people living with HIV in the city. About 200 people get infected each year. While HIV in Nashville is down by approximately 30%, and it has been over the last 4 or 5 years, we still are the 22nd city, number 22 in the United States with the highest HIV rate. And that's due to poverty, being in the South, lack of education, lack of appropriate health care. That's a lot of many reasons. Drug use. And drug use is a good segue for what I need to say now. Right now, although needle exchange is not legal in Nashville, we know that needle exchange reduce HIV rates in the injection drug use population. So street works, you know, we just had to be proactive on that front. So we do provide sterile syringes for people who are actively using. While we don't condone drug use, we do know that they're going to use drugs whether they have clean needles or not. So in order to reduce HIV infection rates, we provide sterile syringes for people who are actively using, but we also offer them information and try to help them move to get into drug treatment. And we do that. Also the same thing with hepatitis C. We have probably 50 or 60% hepatitis C positivity rate in our testing.
Now, what do you mean when you say HIV and this? You've got another disease that you
hepatitis C.
Hepatitis C. Now, what is that all about?
Hepatitis C is a disease that affects the liver. So people would have, like me, I had hepatitis C. The good thing about me, and I've just been blessed by the Lord, I was able to stick around, or the Lord kept me living long enough to see a medication that come through that people could tolerate. When I first came on the show, I had hepatitis C, but the only drug they had was interferon, and it was horrible. People would rather die than to take that drug, and a lot of them did. But now they have a new drug on the market that clears hepatitis C in 12 weeks. You take the pill for 12 weeks. Granted, I'm still blessed because I'm a veteran, but the pill cost, that 12-week supply of that drug cost $96,000. But because I'm a veteran, I was able to get it. And a lot of people is able to get it too.
One way or the other.
But there's still several people that drug is out of range for them. But thank God that now I'm cured of hepatitis C. A lot of my friends died with hepatitis C because they had cirrhosis of the liver. But also, the other thing is, if we can get, and people talk to me about all the time, aren't you promoting drug use? And I say, look, no, we're not promoting drug use because we give away clean syringes. They're going to use drugs anyway.
One way or the other.
Whether they have to use a sterile syringe or whether they share a syringe with somebody else, they're going to shoot the dope. And my job is to keep them healthy long enough that I can get them the help that they need through drug treatment. And so that's why we do needle exchange. The other thing, and I was going to say, yeah, Nashville is the 22nd number 22 in the country for HIV infection. We have approximately, I said, 21,000 people. The other thing was the reason we can see the end of AIDS is because they have a new intervention called PrEP, P-R-E-P, and that's pre-exposure prophylaxis. It's kind of like the morning after pill. So now people in high risk situations, and it's particularly men who have sex with men, they can take a drug called Truvada, and it will prevent them from getting HIV. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, hey, go out and have unprotected sex, or but what I am saying is that undetected viral load with PrEP, that's why we can see it now. Because people with undetectable viral load, which I am a person living with HIV and have been since the 80s, my viral load is undetectable. So the chances of me transmitting HIV to a sexual partner is slim and none. And when I say slim and none, they done studies, and there's been no seroconversion among discordant couples. That means one positive, one negative couple with undetectable viral load. And it's strange that on my way here today to do this show, they was talking about organ donation of people who are HIV positive. This is how we know HIV, the end of AIDS is near, because now HIV positive person can donate an organ. They can, not only can they donate an organ, they are now receiving organ. Before they wouldn't even give
the blood. I mean,
not the blood, but they wouldn't even give a HIV positive person an organ, because they were like, oh, he got HIV, he's gonna die anyway. Why would we give him an organ? So, man, this is really some exciting times in the HIV/AIDS world.